Okay, we are live coming to you from beautiful downtown Southern California. I've been told there is no downtown Southern sunny California. There is in YouTube land. All right, Insane Friends Group. Now, Douglas V Gibbs is going to be talking about our natural rights and how to retain them, how to keep them, and how the powers that be, certain powers that be, are doing what they can try to do to manipulate, deceive, and convince this younger generation that's ignorant really about what's really going on, and they're disbelieving everything they're hearing. They got to go back and do the research. Thanks for the thumbs up. I don't see anybody in the chat. Now I do. So David V, I keep saying David, his name is Douglas. Douglas V Gibbs. He is going to be breaking down what your natural rights are, your God-given rights, and how that the government is not to infringe. There, hey, Arnold, thank you. Manny on a mission, hey, my sister. Know what mom knows. What's that? Jesus. I'm glad to see you here. Thank you for being here. All right, so this is the introduction to the topic for tonight. V. Gibbs is a Christian. He teaches the Constitution. He has written, 5-6 books. He's just written a book for elementary or junior high school students, private school, on the Constitution and what it is. And all of his book, his teaching is very simplified, and he breaks it down in bite-sized pieces, and it's really easy to understand, and it's worth your time to hear him out. So bear with me. That's Will or Arnold, Mini on a Mission. I'm looking forward to your broadcast and to speaking with you. We can do a phone conversation. I don't mind, giving you my phone number. Just won't do it right here. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. So anyways, I got to do the shout out for Douglas V. Gibbs. Yes. He's put up this message on his YouTube channel. He's a friend. I started going to his Constitution class where he teaches the Constitution. And that was over a year ago now. So let me get into this Insane Friends group shout out, and we'll get right to what Douglas has to say. He's, like I said, Douglas is the author of about, I want to say 6-7 books. I have one of them. And like I said, he breaks it down and simplifies all of this Constitution, and you'll be glad you'll hear this. All right, Insane Friends group shout out. All right, we have Saturday is Fab Automotive Detailing. We have Sane Auto. Has car trivia on Sunday at 7:30. That's p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday, we have Gregory Salvadori, 9 p.m. He's also Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, we have Sane Enterprise. That's also Sane Auto, Victor Sane, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Following, we have Muscle Car Appraisal. Thursday, 6 p.m. we have Dorito and a luce cabra. Following Dorito and luce cabra at 6 is Easy 2, tips and tricks, ECT, etc. Yours truly. All right, then we go to Saturday, Choppers Rule 1, 6:30 p.m. Once again, we have St. Otto. Sunday, we have Fab Automotive Detailing, Saturday night, 9 p.m. And then every third Sunday of the month, there's Hot Rod Madness with Tim Bird. That's Sunday, every third Sunday of the month. It's Hot Rod Madness with Tim Bird. That's the Insane Friends lineup. Mix and match. We all have a different flavor. We all have different topics and, content. So you just got to find the ones that you can connect with and check them out. Muscle Car Appraisal, really good channel. I can speak for them personally. Unfortunately, I haven't been, I was St. Otto. I've been to his live streams. I need to slow down and get around to seeing some of the other groups that I'm shouting out. Okay, now, what I forgot to mention is Dorito and Luce Cabra, they're here in California. They're California time or Pacific time. So 6 o'clock Pacific time. If you're in the South, it would either be 9 or 10 o'clock, depending on where you live. All right, now I've got to now set up for the video. And so give me 1 minute, please, as I get ready. This will be worth your time. Okay, I got to turn this camera around. Okay. All right, so we're not upside down. Bear with me, please. Bear with me. All right, now we're getting dialed in here. I appreciate everyone that's in the chat. Thank you for visiting. Make friends. United we stand. United we make it happen here on YouTube. All right, here we go. David V. Gibbs. But something has been on my mind. Bear with me. I'll start this over.
Liberal left, the cultural Marxism has completely changed the...
All right, here we go. Taking it from the top. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Welcome. It's time for Constitution Study Television. Back in my office without the big set going on. We'll do that some other time. Didn't want to put up the green screen. Haven't had a video for a while, but something has been on my mind. The nature of our rights. And it drives me nuts because we're in a society where the liberal left, the cultural Marxism, has completely changed the definitions of everything in order to grab a hold of our culture, our society, and twist it in directions it was never intended to go. And so I wanted to talk about the nature of our rights. You've heard the term natural rights. Natural rights means that your rights are naturally yours. They are your possession. Now remember, Marxism, progressivism, all of that, they believe that possession is bad. That we should be able to evolve beyond the need for possessions. Well, if you don't have possessions, you don't have what you own, you don't have what's important to you, then you also don't have your rights because your rights are your possession. then it's up to government to dictate to you what your rights are, and how they're going to be, and through legal means and all that. And because of that, there has been a definition that has developed that our rights are guaranteed, our rights are protected by government, so on and so forth. But if we look at the U.S. Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, what we learn is that our rights are exactly the opposite. It's different. Go to the First Amendment. The first words of the First Amendment are, Congress shall make no law. The final words of the Second Amendment are, shall not be infringed. Beginning of the Third Amendment, no soldier shall. Right smack in the middle of the Fourth Amendment, shall not be violated. It is not government's job to protect your rights. It is not government's job to guarantee your rights. It is not government's job to make laws regarding your rights so that you can have your rights.
Thank you all for being here.
And force your rights upon other people. According to the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third Amendment, the job of government, or at least the federal government, is hands off our rights. Don't touch, none of your business, because they belong to us. They are our possessions. We talk about things like property rights. Do we really have property rights in this country? Stop paying your property taxes and tell me what happens. Water rights. There's actually a neighborhood.
That's not far from me.
I think it's Newberry
Newberry Springs.
In California,
It's
where
not
they
far
have
from me.
meters on people's wells. They're accessing water that's underground that either would stay there otherwise or head off to the ocean.
Thanks for being here, Food
The
Forest.
government's going to tax them on it, or make them pay a fee or a user's fee or something. Do we not have water rights? Well, do we have constitutional rights? And the answer is no, we don't have constitutional rights. We're not supposed to have constitutional rights.
What?
What we have are natural rights, and the nature of those rights is, let's go to the Declaration of Independence now, because we already know government's job is to leave them alone. They're our possession. So we have to go to the Declaration of Independence, and we find two interesting phrases in there. The first one being that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. So the purpose of government is to secure your rights, not protect, not guarantee, but to secure them. Secure them? What does it mean by secure? To secure them in the place that they belong and make sure they're not dislodged. You know, when you secure your child in a child car seat, while protecting them is on your mind, really the purpose is to secure them so that they're not dislodged in case of an accident. That the child remains in the place they belong when an accident happens. Government is instituted among men to secure our rights, to keep them in our possession. In other words, to restrain themselves from making any laws regarding our rights, and to restrain others from taking our rights, such as invaders, or in society, someone might, invade your house, and so they should be investigated and arrested and all that, because they violated your rights.
His link is in the description.
And that's where we get kind of screwed. Oh, they violated my rights, so government's got to get involved. I say, well, yeah, after the fact, there's got to be a report or whatever. But the true nature of rights, and I've talked about this before, and I can't emphasize this enough. The true nature of our rights is that they belong to us, they're up to us to defend, to use if we want to pursue if we want to, and that goes back to what I want to say: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
To pursue it.
Those are your rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You have a right to life. You have a right to liberty. All the rest of the stuff you have a right to pursue. Pursuit of happiness. So, Doug, do we have a right to water? Well, you have a right to pursue it. And if you want to use a well, then you should be able to use a well. We know from the Bill of Rights that government's job when it comes to our rights is not to interfere.
Yeah.
So if we have a right to access that water, it's on our property, and our property right is that whatever's under it and on that property is ours. The government has no right to get involved. Well, what about marriage, Doug? Do I have a right to get married? Well, let's go back to whether or not government should be involved in the first place. Government should not be making laws saying this has to happen or that has to happen to marriage. Government shouldn't be involved at all. So if certain people want to get married that you disagree with that, if they can find pursuit of happiness, they can pursue it and find someone willing to do it, more power to them. But they don't have the right to use the legal system to force you to do it the way they want, because you have a right to disagree. Do we have a right to have a cake baked the way we want? No, but we have a right to pursue it. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Go get it.
So if this baker says, you know what, I don't agree with that message, religiously, I just can't bring myself to do it, fine. I have a right to pursue my happiness. I'll pursue it elsewhere. Thank you. Adios. Religious rights. Mosques. That's a tough one. Because we know that Islam is not as much a religion as it is a political system. But if someone wants to practice their religion, they have a right to practice that religion, as long as they're not interfering with other laws and rules and so on and so forth that don't interfere with rights. For example, I have a right not to be attacked by terrorists. Government is instituted among men to secure my rights. Almost said protect there. To secure my rights.
Secure them. There's a difference.
And then to get involved if someone else violates my rights. But should they get involved if I'm upset because someone is practicing their religion in a particular mosque? No, unfortunately, they do have the right to have that mosque, but they don't have a right to break our other laws. And if that mosque is a base for terrorism, the government has the right to get involved because, well, it's breaking other laws that have nothing to do with religion. But ultimately, when it comes to the nature of our rights, and in the Declaration it says, the laws of nature and of nature's God, really what it comes down to is our rights are all about the rule of law, and the rule of law is based on right and wrong. And in this world, right means wrong and wrong means right, right? Something in Isaiah that says that, or Ezekiel that says that there'll be a day when that happens. But in a virtuous society, we know the difference between right and wrong. It's self-evident, as it says in the Declaration of Independence. If it's self-evident, then we know what our rights are. We know what the truth is. We know what the rule of law should be. We know what's right and wrong. And our society should be based on that. If we are not following what's right and wrong, we're not following the rule of law. And the rule of law is based on the laws of nature and of nature's God, and the fact that our rights are our possession and belong to us.
All right, Minnie on a mission. I'll touch base with you. And the link to his channel is in the description.
A virtuous path. The problem is virtue has even been slapped around.
God bless.
Which goes back to a statement that I make often. Benjamin Franklin said that only a virtuous people are capable of freedom. As nations become corrupt and vicious, they have more need of masters. So if we're not following a virtuous path, we will have more need of masters. In other words, we will welcome more government because all heck is breaking loose. That's why we're not supposed to be a democracy, mob rule. Remember the Ferguson riots, and this kid comes up to the camera and says, "This is what democracy looks like."
Yes, you're welcome, my sister.
Yeah, that's why we're not supposed to be a democracy. We're supposed to be a republic. Part of our problem is all the mechanisms are out of whack. We're not acting like a republic, and we're treating our rights as if government has a say in them.
Ooh, we're messing up.
Or as if our rights are are supposed to supersede somebody else's rights.
What?
So therefore, a law must be made to force a baker to make a cake a certain way, or a law must be in place to force civil rights into place. Well, I have a right to be all kinds of things, don't I? Isn't that my business?
That's because
Should
people
government
don't
tell me
understand nowadays. This young generation
I'm supposed to be
doesn't get it.
Islamophobic, homophobic, racist. It's not government's job.
We got to
I wanna be
educate
those
our
things. That's my
generation of youth.
I'm not saying I am those things. But I'm saying in a society where we have liberty, don't people have a right to think the way they want and refuse to participate?
Thanks for being here, Food Forest. God bless you.
In our current society, we have political correctness, we have the homosexual agenda, we have all these other things going on that are saying, no, you have to comply or else. Really? Isn't that kind of tyrannical?
Makes it, yeah, tyrannical.
The nature of our rights,
What does tyrannical mean, Doug?
they are our possession, they belong to us, and they are our responsibility. If we're not responsible with our rights, the government will believe it has the right to take them from you.
Did you get that?
So we have to be responsible with our rights. We have to be responsible with our culture. We have to be responsible with our society. And see, that's what it all comes down to. We haven't been.
That's right.
We haven't been teaching that we should be a virtuous people. We have not been teaching the tenets of the Bible,
Come on.
biblical truth,
That's right.
the golden rule,
Come on.
so on and so forth. We're so busy trying to force our rights upon other people and use a law to condemn someone for not agreeing with our rights that now some people's rights are not accessible to them anymore.
We got to get back to basics.
Finally, just grab hold of everything and tell you what you can or can't do all the time. And we already kind of feel that way anyway, don't we? The nature of our rights. We've got to be a virtuous people because they're God-given rights. They're supposed to be self-evident if we're virtuous people. They're unalienable, belong to us, inseparable. Government's not supposed to get in the way of them.
We need to understand that.
We're entitled to them. God-given, after all. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Pursue it. Do it.
Do I have a right to health care? Sure. I have a right to pursue it.
Pursue it. Do it.
But I also have a right to have a choice as I pursue it.
There it is. Choice.
Government doesn't have a right to force their version of it down my throat.
Amen.
Government's job isn't to guarantee it. Government's job is not to protect health care. Government's job is
Yes.
to stay out of the way.
There it is.
So
Stay out of the
Lord
way.
can do what it does.
That's right.
Remember, Congress shall make no law, so on and so forth.
Well, they're making them. We need to get back to basics.
Do I have a right to make these videos? Free speech? Sure. Government has no authority to get involved. But if YouTube or somebody else wanted to censor me, that's their prerogative because they have a right not to agree with whatever's being put out there. And then I have a responsibility, if I want to get my message out there, to pursue another avenue. I think it's messed up. I think it's wrong what YouTube and Google and things like that are doing. Perhaps they're too big. When they influence elections and national security, then I think government should be able to get involved. Otherwise,
Yes, thank
it's
you.
none of the government's business.
Food Forest Permaculture for being here.
They're our responsibility. They're up to us. What are you going to do with your rights? Are you going to pursue them? Are you going to act upon them? Are you going to use them? Or are you going to force them down somebody's throat? I have a right to swing my arms, but I don't have a right to swing my arms into your face. I have a right to have a cake baked the way I want, but I don't have a right to force a baker to bake it the way I want.
That's right.
I have a right to get married. I don't have a right to force anybody to do my marriage, to perform my marriage. I've got to pursue the nature of our rights. Got any questions? Send me an email, constitutionspeaker@yahoo.com. Want to visit my website? It's politicalpistachio.com, douglasvgibbs.com, right down there. You can see them. There's also a donate button on there. Always need help, especially right now. We've got a few things going on. Radio program is in the hole over $500. This effort right here is getting harder and harder to do because I got all kinds of other things going on that, trying to, do different things to keep everything afloat. So donate button's a good thing. New book, working on it right now. The latest, A Promise of American Liberty, is out there. Go to Amazon, buy it. Nice big fat book. Next one's going to be about our president. I'll let you know once I'm ready to release it. Till next time.
Book about the president.
We go one, we go all. God bless America. God bless you. United we stand. Might we kick butt.
That's right.
Stay safe. Stay patriotic. And as always, stay constitutional. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Now we'll get this camera turned around. Okay, here we go. Well, I want to thank everyone for being here. A few people had to drop out, I'm glad they were here for a minute. Appreciate everybody's time, however long you're able to stay here. Douglas's videos, Douglas's books, they're so informative. He breaks it down, the Constitution, the laws around the Constitution, simplifies it as you just seen tonight. Like I had mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast. Thank you, Will. I've got one of his books, and his books are simplified just like he speaks. And so it's easy to understand what he has to say and the message that he's presenting. I got to step away for one moment. You did? Okay. Okay. So there was 2 in the chat. 1 stepped out. But I appreciate them being here. I'm not sure who it was, but it's all good. I thank you, Leah and Maya and much more. Thank you, Will. Food Forest Permaculture, I appreciate you being here. I know you have Minnie on a Mission. That's a new channel. Mom, know what Mom knows. She will have some content here in the very near future, from what I understand. That's Minnie on a Mission. And who else? Anybody else drop in here I didn't catch as I'm looking through the list? And Douglas V Gibbs, his link is in the description. And you can check out Doug on his channel. He has many different topics on his channel, similar to what you've heard tonight, all different subjects, all different content. We're checking out. It's all political. Douglas V. Gibbs. Speaker, author, teacher, songwriter. No, I'm joking. But you could probably write a song, I'm sure. All right. So check him out. Website, politicalpistachio.com. And here on YouTube, there's Douglas V. Gibbs. His link is in the description. What else? St. Friends group. Victor Sane. He does car trivia on Sunday nights, on Wednesday nights. He has more of a business type informational live stream. From what I have heard, Dorito and Luce Cabra at 6 p.m. Thursdays. It's more of an adult channel. I haven't been there to know, unfortunately. Well, I have been there, but they were riding motorcycles. So I really don't know. And so what's happening presently on Dorito and Luce Cabra's channel, I'm not sure. As well as the rest of them, Choppers Rule 1. And it's all good. So check them out. And you'll find one you enjoy, I'm sure. So mine, I try to do something political, something thought-provoking. It's a big problem I'm seeing in our society today. What brought me to Douglas V Gibbs's class on the Constitution was the fact I didn't know enough about it, like most Americans. And today I think I know a little bit. And every time I hear something that he teaches on, it is just simplified even more. It's not complicated. They've tried to make it complicated. They're not teaching it in school to keep my generation and every generation below me ignorant. Our grandparents knew the Constitution. They understood the Constitution. Yeah, don't you see that all the time there, Arnold? Leah, Maya, and much more. Those are Arnold's cats. And so he gave his channel, named his channel after his cats. So yeah, so they're dumbing down society. Our high schoolers today, our young adults today that are now out of high school, they're clueless about our Constitution and what's really going on politically. And they're angry and frustrated and mad, and they're just becoming defiant as an end result to that, but they don't know the truth. They don't know the facts. They have no foundation. And then we have these political people in office running for presidency, saying stuff, teaching stuff, making statements of facts that are all garbage. It's all a bunch of gobbledygook that they have mastermind and presented it as if it's a fact, and this younger generation's eating it up like ice cream, eating it up like popcorn. And they don't know. So we need to educate, like David was saying. I've been saying that for quite some time. We have the political party, they're like vultures just waiting for people to come into this country that don't know our rules, our laws, our Constitution. And they just dive bomb them, pretending to be their friend, pretending to help them, only to fulfill their own agenda, to get supporters, to get their foundation built. And they're using all these foreigners that are coming into this country. They're being used and abused. And it's high time, as my dad would say, high time that people that are coming in from these other countries know and understand this Democratic Party is out to use you and abuse you for their own agenda, deceive you. I call them liars, but if you're a deceiver, you are a liar. They're deceivers. And then we've got this rebellious American younger generation that's clueless, just taking the ball of that they've been sold, this bill of goods that's all garbage, all lies, deceit, and they're running with it at 100 miles an hour because they're mad and angry. And it's true. You know, they're using the youth to try to put up laws in place to stop our guns, to stop our rights, our God-given rights to own gun, pursue. See, we have the right to pursue. If you can pursue it, you can have it. See, the pursuit of, pursue it, you can get it. If there's gold in that hill, you got to pursue that gold. Go dig a hole, go blow a hole, go take your pick and shovel and get that gold. Pursue it, meaning make it happen. Pursue it. You know, something, such a simple statement, we don't, as a population, we don't get it. It's a word. Yes, and words have meaning. But it's just this unknown word that pursue, okay, pursue. But then what? Where does it go from there? You know, like I pursue, I'm just going in circles. No. There's gold in that hill over there. Well, you've got a map and surveyors, you know, I mean, you've got the electronic, they've, you know, put beams down into that earth, and there's gold in that hill, and they know there's gold in that hill. Pursue it. You might need a claim to go get it. You'll get your claim. That's getting that claim, you're pursuing it. You haven't got the gold yet. Blow a hole, dig a hole, get a tractor and make a hole and get the gold. Pursue it. Make it happen. Pursue it and do it. If you're pursuing it, you are doing it. So do it and get it. Win that prize. Pursue it. Pursuit of. We have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But something so simple, if you were to ask a high school or anybody in college, what does that mean for the pursuit of happiness? Maybe I should go out to the college with my on YouTube and just do a random survey of students, asking them, what's it mean to the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? What's it mean to the pursuit of happiness? What is that telling you? Maybe I do that. It's not what my channel's about, but why not? You know, and go live. Go do an Insane Friends real early. And do a survey at the college campus over here, junior college. I don't think this young generation has a clue in general, unless mom and dad, grandmother, grandfather, uncle, somebody's educated them. But they'd have to know themselves to be able to do that. Okay, let me see your comment. Thank you for dropping in. Thank you for being here. Bart Simpson's eat my shorts. Mr. Goody Two, no, I am not, and I'm far from it, my friend. I'm going to stop. I'll finish reading your comment, but let me tell you right now, brother, Goody Two Shoes, I'm not. Do I look like a Goody Two Shoes? Don't let kindness, being easygoing, a Christian, not a Goody Two Shoes, brother. Sinners saved by grace, God's mercy and grace. Let me tell you what, you have no clue. No clue. So let's get that set straight. Far from it. Do I strive, like pursuing? Right? Do I strive for perfection, to be as best as I can? Yes, as a Christian, that's something that I want to do. As a Christian, that's something that should be a part of every Christian's life, to pursue it, to strive for it, but not better than and not a goody two-shoes, brother. So, you know, you want to be real, I'll be real with you. Wasn't for God in my life today, I'd be dead or in prison, brother. That's a fact. That is a fact. Wasn't for God in my life. So I'm going to finish reading your statement. Mr. Goody Two Shoes, seems like you know everything about the Constitution. No, I do not. But you do. But do you really? Some people don't know about the Constitution, only a human being, huh? But do you really? Some people don't know about the Constitution, only a human being. I'm learning about the Constitution, and what I'm learning and what I understand about the Constitution on my Thursday night live stream, when I have a political message that I generally have on this Insane Friends group live stream. I express what I understand. I express what I've learned that I know to be a fact. Now, I do not know the Constitution. I've been studying it. I've been learning about it. And all people in America. I said all people in America. Notice I didn't say all Americans. Did you catch that? Now, if you're in America, your heart should be American. Should be. But if you're here, you should know and understand the Constitution. It's what's made America great. It's why everybody wants to come to America, because it's the best place on earth to be, as screwed up as it's getting. It's still the best place to be so far. So you should be American. I'm not talking about color. Whether you're Mexican, Chinese, Korean, I don't care who you are, where you're from. You're a human being. You are a living soul. And you count. And if you're in America, you should want to know the Constitution so that you can keep it great. So everybody's on the same page. And we can all work together. As I'm always saying, united we stand. The rest of that goes, divided we fall. But I'm always saying, united we stand, united we make it happen here on YouTube. Why? Because we're all working together. We're all pulling together. We're all on the same team here. And that's why I say, we all know the other side of that statement is divided we fall. So, Bart Simpson, eat my shorts. That was a clever name, by the way. Are you still here? Or did you just put your comment in and took off running? You know? Was this a drive-by? Bart Simpson, eat my shorts. Is this a drive-by? Did you just drive by with your comment? Or are you hanging around here? What's up? Come on now, you man enough to leave a comment. You should be man enough to be in the chat, right? You should be man enough to stick it out and stay here. I see there's 2 in the chat. I'm assuming that's you. And I'm assuming you're probably in your 20s or younger. Sorry, fell asleep. It's okay. Bart Simpson, eat my shorts. I think he did a drive-by, or he's still in the chat and he's just kicking back. Or someone's in the chat kicking back. But I think Bart Simpson, eat my shorts, dropped this into the chat, and he was doing what I'm calling a drive-by, you know. He didn't stick around to hear what I had to say, because he really needs to clarify his last statement about, I don't know about the Constitution, only a human being. Oh, I'm only a human being. That's all I am. So Bart, if you're hanging out there, you're in the you're the second person in the chat. I'm just a human being, brother, doing what I can to try to make a difference, while I'm on planet Earth. Tomorrow's not promised to me. So Bart Simpson, eat my shorts. Like I said, that's a clever name. Come back around. Hopefully you come back and listen to this live stream after the live stream. And, we can talk next time I'm live. But anyways, well, Will or Arnold, Leah, is it Leah? Lydia and Maya and much more. Arnold. Nobody's coming in. I mean, I could just sit here and keep rambling and talking and carrying on, but I don't want to rant. I'm not trying to rant. So check out Douglas V Gibbs. You can go to www.politicalpistachio.com. That's like the pistachio nut. Politicalpistachio.com. He has books that he's written, like I say, and he just said he's writing a book on the president. It ought to be good. He's in this circuit where he's always involved with political meetings and groups, and he's quite involved on a regular basis. And so check him out. His link is in the description right below the video, that upside down gray scale triangle that's down in the right hand corner right down here, right below the video. Tap on it. If you don't know where it is, the description will just pop up. It'll open up. And his link to Douglas V Gibbs' channel is right there. And I look forward to hearing from you. United we stand. The flag. Oh, say, can you see, America, America. Oh, Bart, I didn't see your comment there. My screen didn't move. Yeah, then what's so screwed up about it? What do you complain about it? I'm in my 20s. Well, I think Bart left. I didn't see his comment. So Bart, if you check out this live stream after the live stream, my apologies. I did not see your comment. It did not rotate up as you spoke, or as you typed in the chat. So yeah, I hope I see you again. And again, your channel name is clever. So, and to answer that question there, Bart, I'm not complaining. There's a problem, and that is regarding America and the Constitution. Not enough people know it or understand it. I had such vague understanding of it because I was never taught it. It became evident to me that I needed to know my Constitution. I needed to have a concept and understanding about what's really going on and what was the whole purpose behind this thing called the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence. We need to know and study those things. But it's not, nobody's making it a priority anymore. Que sera, be will be, oh well. No, wake up, America. Wake up. I'm constantly talking about this 2020 federal ID that people are just welcoming with open arms. They're just welcoming it. No, throw that down in the trash where it belongs. The concept, this 2020 federal ID. But people are just accepting it and taking it and rolling with it. When you have no rights because you're giving them up, we will be in communist China. It'll be communism in America. It won't be the best place on earth. That's like Rome fell. We turned back into a dictatorship that England brought about on the people. Hey, RG, thanks for being here. I think you're the only one right now, RG. But we got to get back to our natural rights and holding on to them. And this 2020 federal ID violates that, something terrible. Yet nobody's hardly talking about it. There's a few channels here on YouTube that are theory channels and different things, but just regular everyday people aren't even really talking about the 2020 federal ID and what a violation it is of our flag, our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, our Declaration of Independence. Our forefathers would have never allowed that. What happened to the standing life? My phone got so hot it turned off. It kept telling me phone's getting hot, and I kept going, okay. Finally, it got so hot, it just went blip. I put it in the refrigerator for about 2 or 3 minutes, came back on, and ended it. But that was basically the end of what I was doing in general anyway, for that live stream. We'll have to talk again there, RG. Because I gotta get the that channel, that live that you told me about. I YouTubed it, or I Googled it, and I wasn't finding it. I even went to the Play Store, and I don't think I got to go back and see what I can help, what the deal is, because I wasn't finding it. Have you found it? Or using it yet? Nice giveaway. I didn't realize you were giving it away when you did. I was going to do a big shout out for you the very day I saw your video. I went to your channel to get the link for your channel for my live stream, and I saw your video where you were doing the giveaway. And I went, no, I missed it. I'm going to do that for you. So, well, what can I say? Kicking myself. So Bart Eat My Shorts, or Bart Simpson Eat My Shorts channel made a comment. The problem with the federal ID, it's been to the courts and upheld to be legal, and they will not hear it again. I did not catch that, RG. But wait a minute though. It needs to be brought back up because our Constitution does not give our federal government the permission to enforce the federal ID to start with. It does not give the federal government permission to enforce the federal ID. Therefore, they are violating our Constitution. And when you and my brother and my wife's family members and friends have fought and volunteered and gone into the army, you swear to uphold that Constitution. Then they're going to come along and say, we're going to do what we want and violate that Constitution that you put your life on the line to defend? And they're going to violate it? No, and no. The American people need to rise up like they did back in the 40s, They need to go to the White House and picket and get their attention. This is not okay. They need to get out like they did when Trump become president, and they rioted the streets. They need to be going to the White House. Everybody's asleep on the job. And their rights are being stolen right out from underneath them. When you went into the military, and other people I've known, you swear, my wife's family, swear to uphold and protect the Constitution. Your life is on the line to defend our Constitution. And then our federal government, who you are putting your life on the line for to defend it, is going to violate it? No. We don't have to accept the fact that they're not going to hear it again. No, and no, and no. United we stand. Hello, we're going to lose our rights, like David V. Gibbs has said in this video in the beginning. Lion official vlog. Well, thanks for being here. You might want to go back and do a playback so you get a better understanding of what we're talking about. Unless they come up with the new argument, it fell under the the National Security Act 2005. That was when Knucklehead was in office. Bush was in office, and he was manipulated, and it was done under the noses of the general public, and they were never told until now. It was all underhanded from day one. It was underhanded. And I'll have to do a little research, but I bet you the 2005 national security is a part of that's a violation of our Constitution as well. I bet part of it had to be. Why am I being treated like a terrorist because of the terrorists? Why are these rules being put on us? Why are we being restricted? This is our country, but they are putting chains on our hands and treating us like we're the terrorists because of the terrorists. Can you read between the lines? I'm sure you can, brother. What's wrong with that picture? You're going to treat me like a terrorist because the terrorists? No, they want to take my rights so they can dominate me, control me, manipulate me, and put me under their thumb. We have lost most of our rights, and it's just going to get, well, I should say it's going to something that goes down while God we pray. Boils down to, God we pray, yes. Mike Gunnell's Ministries, thanks for being here, bro. God bless. You might want to do a playback and watch the beginning of the video. Douglas V. Gibbs is speaking on natural rights, God-given rights, and we need to preserve them by claiming them and upholding them. And in so many words, he says we need to hold our government responsible to keep them and not let them interfere. I appreciate you being here, bro. But yeah, you might want to go back and listen to David V. Gibbs at the beginning of the video. It's like 17 minutes. What Douglas V. Gibbs has to say. Hey! Bigfoot silver hiding seekers. He's got some good information on some videos on his channel on silver and coins and what they're worth and the content of silver in each coin and all of that. Far as I know, you haven't uploaded anything new. If you have, please mention it. But yeah, David V. Gibbs talks about all of this, and I'm talking about far as keeping our rights. This 2020 federal ID is a huge It's stealing our rights. It's sophistry. It's legal plunder. What's legal plunder? They pass a law to do something that's illegal to do it. That's a simplified version of it. Legal plunder. They pass a law that's illegal to do something, but they pass a law to make it legal when it isn't legal in order to do it, to make it legal. Legal plunder. That's simplified version of that, of the definition of legal plunder. Sophistry is the college word for legal plunder. Sophistry. Google it. Sophistry. Sophistry. And it'll give you it'll tell you plunder, legal plunder. Give you the breakdown on it. Anyway, our government's doing it. They're stealing our rights by passing laws that they shouldn't be passing, that they're violating the Constitution to pass, like the 2020 federal ID, to steal our rights. This is almost a checkmate. This is a check. This is a chess game. The 2020 federal ID puts us, the American people of the United States, in check. Next is checkmate. They take your rights. It was never put to the video by the nation, but it was passed under dreams on this one. Deems, under deems, DEMS, deems on this one. Okay? But like I'm saying, they did it under our nose. They did it without our awareness of the American people. The American people didn't have a vote because they knew it would have got voted down. When the Patriot Act was enforced and made, I'm going, whoa, they're treating me like a terrorist because they're terrorists? No, they want to control us. And this is their first move in the game of chess to put us into check. Then we as Americans need to boot the ones that pass. Yes, we do. On the rules, yes. Yes, we do. We surely do. Yes, but regardless, this is not a third world country. I shouldn't have to have a passport. I'm in California. I'm about 3 hours from Vegas. If I want to jump on an airplane and I want to fly to Vegas, I got to have a passport. I'm not in Russia and I want to travel to China. This is a United States. Hello? No, they gave you the passport in order to make a way out in case, they didn't make it cut and dry, yes or no. This is the gray area. They give you a passport for a while they're working on their checkmate. Did I say that? Yeah. While they're working on the checkmate on society, they give you the gray area that you're the comfy spot, like the frog in the frying in the boiling water, right? They give you the passport when people should be going, no, this is America, United States. The states are united. I'm not in a third world country, or I'm not out of the country. I'm not in Europe where I'm in Russia and I want to go to Japan or China. You need a passport. Or you're in China or wherever that you're not in the United States. You need a passport to come here because it's another country. They're not united with us. Different rules, different constitutions, different laws, they have their own. This is America. And so people aren't thinking, they're just accepting. Will, thank you for being here. Appreciate your time and hanging in there. All right. Do you not need a passport to travel in the 50 states? It's only when you go. Yes, exactly, RG. It's only when you go out of the country. But now with this 2020 federal ID, I think you already know this. They're saying, if you don't get the federal ID, you can get a passport. So they're placating you. They're taking the frog, putting them in the boiling in the water. They turn it up, and they take that option away from you and make it mandatory. Well, they're working on figuring out a smooth way to convince the population to accept it. What's that? A one world government? Huh? Is that what's next? Mike Gunnell Ministries Inc. I'm lagging. It might be your internet connection there, Mike. As far as I know, my internet's good. I'm not having any issues. So you see that's what's really, really going on here. But they're sleeping. I don't think I'm the only one that is aware of this. I don't think enough people are thinking about it. Even with the federal ID is the only way you can vote or purchase guns and ammo. That's another good aspect there, RG. I wasn't even thinking about. See, it's all about control. It's all about control. It's going to become a dictatorship. They're going to turn this into a third world country. They're going to turn this into a United Nations. Think about this, RG. The United Nations, the average person in America, average poor person in America, before 9/11, just food for thought, never heard of the United Nations. Everything is and has been over control of the masses. Yes, and that's what they're doing. This 2020 federal ID is a means to an end. And the end is a one world government. Bible predicts it, and we're seeing it unfold. We're seeing it happen. We're seeing it all come. It's coming together. It's kind of jagged, kind of out of alignment, but it's all lining up, and it's all coming together here. One world government, one world church, one world leader. Obama was the initiator of it. He wasn't even American, and we all know that's a fact, yet he was president. Whoa. It was a setup to bring that about. Hillary Clinton was supposed to come in, swoop in, and tie the knot. It didn't work. Thank God it didn't work. I remember my parents used to walk me to the gates when I would have to go back to the base when I was in the military. Even when there has been control of the masses. Yes, he was a pawn for the masses. He was a pawn for the masses, but he also was the forerunner of getting the population to accept a non-American as president. And not just a non-American, but a black non-American. That was huge. That was huge. That was foundational. I always said if Colin Powell would have ran for president, I was going to vote for Colin Powell. I believe that man was American through and through, as far as what I knew about the man, and I would have voted for him in a minute. So it's not about race. It's not about the fact he was black. The problem is he was not American. He had his own agenda. The Clintons, the Democratic Party, they had their own agenda. And God used Trump to throw it out, to stagger their steps, to hold it back. But this 2020 federal ID, is the beginning of checkmate. One world government, dictatorship. Think about it. The Hillary Clinton healthcare plan. The government laughed at, threw it out. It was a joke at first. Yeah, definitely. See, I'll read that in a second there, RG. And that's where it's going. So we need to wake up, and we need to hold our government accountable. We need to tell them no, it violates our Constitution, and we know it violates our Constitution. But me saying it doesn't change it. But we united, we pull together. You get a group of people, large groups of people coming together going, no, they're going to change it. Am I one crying in the wilderness? I feel like I'm one crying in the wilderness. The wilderness needs to wake up. Our military puts their life on the line to uphold and to defend our Constitution. The 2020 federal ID blatantly violates it because it does not give them permission. It would not give them permission. And it's also violating the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence. It all ties together. People need to know it. The force needs to wake up. What did China call us? The sleeping giant? What did China's call us back in, the 80s or 90s? The sleeping giant? The giant needs to wake up. Americans need to wake up before it's too late. I believe we have time. And the Congress needs to rehear it. The courts need to rehear it. The legislature needs to change it. Donald Trump, I just wish somebody politically would drop in on my channel, hear what's going on here, and present it to Trump. I think if Trump heard, I really think he just might go, this guy is speaking truth here. This guy is hitting the bullseye, man. I can't let this happen. I need to do everything in my power to put a stop to this. But if we could sit down and talk with Trump over a cup of coffee, breakfast, lunch, I don't care. If that was possible. I think Trump, if he had the power and ability, he would change it. I really do. He'd overthrow it. He'd veto it. That's my take on it. But we need to get to Trump. Who knows Trump? I just read a guy, I forget his name, Paul something, wrote a book. He's giving it out free here on YouTube through Nick Neiman. And he's saying 6 people know the president. 1 out of 6. You talk to 6 people, 1 of those 6 has access or knows somebody that knows the president. Okay, let's see what you're saying here. I really don't trust Trump either. You're correct on that one. Why did Kennedy get killed? It was his belief in having a world military. I didn't know anything about that. But from what I know about Trump, it's not a lot, but my understanding and take on Trump, I just think this guy has good old-fashioned American values in his soul. I just really do. And I think if we could sit down, or I could sit down and have a conversation on this topic with him, I think he would walk away thinking about it, I just do. In my heart, for whatever that's worth, right or wrong, I just think that he would do something, or at least attempt to. Is Trump the last stand? Don't know. God knows. But like I say, we need to raise our voice. We need to be talking to people. We need to make it known, and this needs to get turned around. And I pray, literally, I pray it does. Like I started to say, Hillary's national health care plan, that became the Obamacare. It was handed over to Obama. Obama gave the staff, I think it was 24 hours to read. What was it? 1,500 pages or something? 24 hours? And then sign it? The healthcare bill? They didn't have time just to read that book. They had time to kind of skim through here and there, and just kind of do a quick overview, if they even did that. But he gave them 24 hours. Then he took off for his vacation. He went to Dubai or somewhere on a vacation, and he gave them 24 hours to sign it. He and the masses would agree on that, but we are not calling the shots on the bills and laws. They know that the masses would just look at the other way and just go about. Well, that's the problem. We need to wake up. That's what I'm talking about. RG, the sleeping giant. I feel like one crying in the wilderness. The wilderness needs to wake up. The giant needs to wake up. China said it best. We are a flipping, sleeping giant. They acknowledge the fact we're a giant. They acknowledge. They know. And we're snoring on the job. America? Up. But what I was getting ready to say about the healthcare, Hillary Clinton's healthcare plan that everybody's forgot about, because it's Obamacare. It's all about Obama. No, it's not. Obamacare is the Hillary Clinton's healthcare plan with some modifications from what I know about it. It's Hillary, and the Senate, the government threw it out. They laughed at her. And then the Senate called Obama a lame duck. You remember that was on the news? On the news. The Senate, I believe it was, or the House of Representatives, openly stated Obama was a lame duck. And he was handed Hillary Clinton's health care plan, and they took the ball and ran with it. And everybody knows, don't even remember it was Hillary's health care plan to begin with that the Senate or the House threw out and laughed at. And then the Senate calls Obama a lame duck over many things for many reasons. But I'm just saying, the Hillary Clinton health care plan that we all know today as Obamacare, it's communist health care in America. Active communist health care in America is the Hillary health care plan. Were you aware of that, Orgy? Or anybody else here in the chat? Were you aware that Obamacare is actually communistic health care that they enforced here in America? Until we go there, no one is going to do anything. And then either it's we take over the government or change leadership at all levels to make the changes. But if people are just rolling with the flow when it comes to this 2020 federal ID, the Democrats use the foreigners, the ignorant, the naive, the impressionable to get out on the streets and protest this Obamacare. Not protest it, but showing a need for it, how good it is to pass this to pass this Hillary Clinton health care plan that we know as Obamacare today. You know, and it's now communistic healthcare is now functioning and has been for quite some time. Are the people going to rise up? I'm praying. But I'm losing hope. God's able. He's always able. And I believe that, know that. But God don't make us do anything either. You know, he gives us the freedom to choose, a will to choose. You know? And my dad always said, Russia's made a statement back in I want to say the 50s or the 60s, because my dad had mentioned it quite a few times growing up, that the communists said, I forget the leader, his name. Maybe it was Gorbachev, maybe not. Anyways, communist leader stated in the 50s or 60s that they would take over without firing a shot. Are we not seeing that happen? Russia, communist Russia. We now have communistic healthcare, very similar to China's healthcare. I looked it up. I looked up what's the difference between Obamacare and China's healthcare. And side by side, it was about the same thing, about the very same. China's healthcare and Obamacare. You just look at the list. They're about the same. I went, wow, we have communist healthcare active, enforced in America. A president that wasn't even American, which violates our Constitution. People got to wake up. We got to start talking, RG, on our show, on our broadcast, at the restaurants, in the stores, wherever we are. We need to start talking to people. You know, these bags we pay for are the grocery store bags we pay for here in California. This law they say that we voted in. We didn't vote this law in to pay for our grocery bags. All the corporations, all these corporate store owners paid our government, our local government, to enforce the law, pass it, tell us that we voted it in, to charge us, to rip us off some more, so they can put their millions and billions in their bank accounts on plastic bags that we're paying for, that you get charged extra for when you buy your food. There's a markup on your food that pays for those grocery bags. So you get them for free, quote unquote, and you're already paying for them. Then they charge you again. They call that double dipping. Oh, you can't double dip, but they're going to double dip all day long. Every bite, they're double dipping all day long. But you can't double dip. You got to pay your taxes. Don't you double dip? Well, they double dip all day long. Wait a minute.
So does the government.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're paying state tax, we're paying federal tax.
Yeah, state tax, federal tax. All right, Abraham, hold on.
Sales tax.
Abraham Lincoln said that in 1864, this country will never be taken from the outside. It will be taken from within our own country. Well, we see that happening. You know, you've got Republicans. They might as well call themselves Democrats. They hold the Republican flag, but they might as well be Democrats. I'm talking about government officials calling themselves Republicans. They hold the Republican flag or banner. I'm a Republican. Well, everything they stand for and believe in are voting on might as well be Democrat. So what's really going on? Now's the time to overthrow our government. Now's the time. Is it going to happen? I don't think so. I'm laughing. How sad. I'm laughing. All I'm saying is things got to change. I don't know if they're gonna, but we gotta put it out there. We gotta make people aware of what's really going on, because they're sold a line of, they're being sold swamp bottom desert property, telling them it's forest. Oh, that's beachfront property. Want to buy some beachfront property? I got a great deal out here in the swamp bottom. That swamps. Amos Moses was a Cajun. Point being that they're being lied to. They're sold a bill of goods. It's all a big lie, big deception. And I believe we've got some men in office in government that are good men that believe in this country, stand for this country. And they need to rise up. They need to make the difference, whether it's Trump or whoever it may be. That's ultimately what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But voices got to be heard. People got to make noise, like I've been saying, But they put into motion federal ID or a passport. So, it pacifies everybody. Only 1% take up arms against the government. The rest would bray their heads in the sand and does see anything, hear anything, and do nothing. Yes. But who made the quote? I forget the quote exactly, but it's something about if all good men do nothing. For evil to exist, it's for all good men to do nothing. No, I'm not saying let's go take up arms and overthrow the government. I'm not saying that. Jefferson said that, okay. But I know I'm not quoting it right. It's not word for word. It's not verbatim. I'm shooting from the hip from what I remember. But I'm not, talking about overthrowing the government. I am saying, though, people need to rise up. People need to make their voices heard, and then we need to hold our government and our government officials accountable. And this needs to be turned around. That's what I'm talking about. Legislature needs to change it. The legislature needs to. Who's the head person of the legislature? I don't know. Who is a decision maker or the decision makers of the legislature? They need to rethink it. Or do they want a communist America? Are they all for it? I don't know. But the legislature needs to change it. And the powers that be need to make that happen. They need to repent and get their heart right. Need to repent and get right. They need to change it. But we need to make our voices heard. And, I'm thankful for YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, I couldn't be sharing my thoughts here. And hopefully it's thought-provoking. Okay, 1774, along with Benjamin Franklin Jefferson, along with Benjamin Franklin back in 1774. Yeah, for evil to exist or for evil to reign or something of that nature, it's for all good men to do nothing. So let's say something. Let's do something. United we stand, and write our government. We need to write our president. We need to write our congressman. We need to write the Senate. We need to write. If you know these men personally, you need to be speaking to them about this. I just read where it takes 6 people. 1 out of 6 is going to know the president or know somebody that knows the president. 6 people that that I know. I'm 1, you're 2. Who do you know that might know him? I think the word could get to him. So that's my prayer, that things change, turn around. But like I'm also saying, and I acknowledge, Bible prophecy talks about a one world government, a one world leader, and a world church. And we're seeing this come about. I met somebody when I was going to college. They were going to a one world church in LA. So if you think I'm just talking outside my ear or something, I'm coming out of left field because you've never heard of it. I knew a girl, talking to her at the college here in California, and she said she was going down to LA to a one world church, a big one. There's a big church down in LA called, it was a one world church. So it's already forming. It's already in motion. So it's, I'm sure it's a small scale at this point, in comparison, but still. So we need to turn this around. No, we need to vote them out and replace them with true constitutionalists. In that, I believe this country has values. Amen. There you go, RG. I agree with that too. Douglas V Gibbs, he circulates on that circuit on a local level, and he's talked about maybe possibly down the road going in that direction, but he needs to do it. He needs to pursue it, as he says, pursue the pursuit of, and there's some other people I know that are constitutionalists that would love to be in that position. So maybe it's possible, but it needs to happen. They need to start getting busy and, taking steps in that direction, quickly taking steps in that direction. Well, that was my rant or my concerns, and try, stir the pot, get people thinking. We need to vote them out, make our voices heard, and if we know somebody that knows the president, the president, and get we need to have this conversation with the president. So it'd be great. I'd love to sit down with Trump. That'd be great. Trump Towers are in Vegas. It's not that far away. How often does he visit his towers? That's the question. I'd love to go there and have a cup of tea with him. But no, seriously, to talk with him, I think he might just, I don't know, I just do. I'd have to be proven different, I guess. The next thing we need to do is impose limits for all in. Amen, brother. Amen there, RG. Yes. All those in office that are the word for it. They're lifelong, they're in there for the duration of till they die, death do them part. Yeah, they need a limit. They need limits. It doesn't need to be a lifelong at all. 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, 2 years. If a president gets 4, they should get 2, right? Maybe 1 year. No, 2 years. 2 years limit. That would be good. President gets 4, they get 2. That would be fine. Not a career, not a lifelong career, for sure. And like I've said in the past that you don't ever hear anybody say is we should also put in law that in order for a president to become president, to run for presidency, then they need to study that Constitution, know that Constitution, and have to take a test proving they know it, where they're on camera. There's nothing in their ears giving them the answers. Hello. And they themselves solely 100% prove they know the Constitution and understand it in order to run for presidency. They should be studying and knowing the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence to be president. If you're going to run for the House or the Senate, you should know that Constitution and be able to take a test on your own and pass it before you can be on the Senate or be in the House of Representatives. But you don't hear anybody talking about that. They're only in it for the money. They all retire with millions or billions, live off which comes out of our pockets. Yes, they do, and they make a living at it. That's what I'm saying. They should have a 2-year term limit, and everyone that's applying, going, pursuing whatever office, governmental office or platform that they're shooting for, they need to be studying and know that Constitution like I know my Bible. They should know the Constitution. They should understand it like David V. Gibbs does. Douglas V. Gibbs does. I keep calling him David. His name is Douglas. They should know the Constitution. We should put that into law. That needs to go into law in order to run for any political office, government or such. You need to know the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and Declaration of Independence. So you can't run. You're not qualified. That would change things. That would build a great foundation. You need to get a real job. We should send them to McDonald's. Break them in at the bottom at bottom floor. So they can appreciate what they've got. All right, I'm going to have to end this live stream. My wife has made this bomb, one of my favorite dinners. It's whiskey peach chicken. The flavor is amazing. You've got the peaches, you've got peach jam, you've got the peach whiskey just flavors it. If you know about cooking, all the alcohol is removed. You're left with the flavor. Worcestershire sauce. It is the bomb. And so she's telling me it's ready. I got to go eat. It's good stuff. Whiskey peach chicken. You can YouTube it. Whiskey peach chicken. It's on her channel. Smell of Vision TV, where you can smell what we smell one day. Whiskey peach chicken. Good stuff. And like I said, it's non-alcoholic. You got to buy the whiskey peach, but you're just left with the flavor of the peaches and the jam and whatever. I guess the whiskey kind of tenderizes the chicken. Gives a little flavor, adds a little flavor. But with all the seasonings and everything, it is the bomb. So I'm going to go eat dinner. This has been fun. Got to run. Thank you all for being here. RG, we'll have to talk soon. All right, Ken, I'll be here. Please have a great Friday weekend as well. All right, RG, and whoever else is, if Silver Sneakers, hold on, I'm going back to your name. If Silver Seekers is here, or my brother, I just passed it. I'm looking. Hold on. I'm looking. Bigfoot Silver Hide and Seekers. If you're still here, I guess you must be the one that's still here, I'm assuming. Thank you for being here. I wish you'd get some more content there. Bigfoot Silver Hide and Seekers. You got some good information on your channel, that's for sure. And we'll catch you on the rebound there, RG. I'll have to give you a holler. All right, God bless. Bye for now. Take care and never give up, because there's always a way, always. I think everyone is gone. I chose 2 in the chat on my end. The bug spray I sprayed with the water hose on my tomato plants got my eye, and it's blurry. I got to get to an eye doctor to maybe they can scrape my eyeball, or hopefully, or I'll have permanent eye damage from that stuff. So these really help more than ever. All right. Well, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all come back now. Yeah. All right, RG. God bless. Take care. Congrats on the 1K. And we'll have to talk soon, sooner than later. Thanks again, everyone, for being here. Thanks for all that will come after the live stream to the live broadcast. If you're hearing this, I just want you to know I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming, for being here, for listening to, for what it's worth. And thanks again. God bless. Bye for now. Good night, and catch you on the rebound. Never give up, because there's always a way, always.